Brosplay!
Hey, bro.
Hey!
Are you excited for fucking Fable?
Wow, you can't swear. This is a family show.
Yeah, too bad. New profile.
What are you gonna go for?
Really? There's no backspace?
It's an individual backspace to make you feel like you're back in the day, you know? Fodder?
Yeah.
As in, like, easy to die?
Yeah, exactly.
As in dies fodderer?
Yeah.
Alright, that's better.
Fodder lots.
What? A fodderer?
Yeah, I fodder.
I went to the store. Fodderer. Foddera. Most towns now being have a tavern. Where you can drink until you drop. Buy basic items, get a bed to sleep, play the pub. Pubs, they tend to be not so impressive. You empty your stomach in the vicinity through.
Oh yeah, you can vomit in this game.
That is revolutionary. Peter Molyneux, you've outdone yourself.
I will give everyone a heads up. We're not going to do any of those fun things that don't have to do with combat. This is going to be a combat-only playthrough.
All right. Oh, voice cracked a little bit there.
Dun. In the forest. Yeah,
Ooh.
see? Oakvale. It's such a pretty town. It's a water-based town.
What do you mean untouched by the sword?
Meaning no one has murdered anyone there.
Wow.
Here lived a boy.
I imagine a lot
Thank
of boys.
you.
Oh, jeez. You done skipped the scene, brother. That's fine.
Why doesn't this look? Oh my God! Look at his eyes.
What is wrong with his face?
Go.
Let it wander off to find your sister, will you?
Your mind is always wandering. Let it wander off and find your sister.
That's a good line.
It is a pretty good line.
Oh, jeez, that was an. What frame rate is this?
No higher than 30.
It's definitely no higher than 30. I would actually argue it's probably not even 30. Wow.
Yeah, 24. Maybe.
Wow. I've seen animes with higher frame rates, and I don't even watch a lot of animes.
That husband of yours, what a jerk.
That reminds me so much of. Oh my god, I'm gonna get sick from this game.
You wanted to play the OG one?
No, I asked you. I said I put it in your hands. I said you decide which one's the best.
Well, the interactions of the characters in this one is great because they're so bad.
So did you find that the anniversary one didn't run very well or something?
Well, the anniversary one changed all of the animation. They completely redid the look of everything. So oh shit.
You committed a bad deed, brother.
Yeah, well, what the fuck?
Oh, there's the second bad deed. You're on your way to being a devil.
Apparently.
You have 0 angel heads.
Yeah, that was...
Is that how you get evil? You collect angel heads?
Got you, little ruffian! Did that guy give me a coin or what?
Yeah. Yeah, he gave you a coin because you...
Oh, because I was evil.
You chose to not tell his wife about...
That he's cheating.
That he's, yeah, around the corner.
Yeah.
Lazy fucking wife.
I don't actually have to talk to these people. I could just beat the shit out of
That was amazing. How he said, "What are you doing?" both times in a row.
Yeah.
Don't, you need to let me finish. I'm not done asking you what you're doing.
Why are you hitting me?
Oh, you got 1 angel head. Is that how you get evil? You cut off angel heads and store them?
You put them on your own? This is actually the easiest angel head to get.
This is such a weird way to start a game.
It is.
I can't believe that somebody can feel good releasing a game that doesn't even run at 30 FPS. That's like releasing a movie with in 4:3 nowadays. And it's like, what are you doing over there? And
I see
there's
what you
all
mean.
the excuses in the world. Oh, it was a long fucking time. Oh, it was a system. The system couldn't handle it. The PS2 has 60 FPS games, so there's no excuses.
What I would have preferred is less shadows, more frame rate.
Yeah, the shadows are probably actually a huge part of why the game... Yeah, and
They're
the problem
beautiful.
is that screenshots sell games, not frame rate.
But even this screenshot, look at my character's face. It's garbled.
It is pretty garbled. But on the back of the box in 2000 whatever, this was amazing.
Yeah, that's so true. And so this is this is not the original game, but this is Lost Chapters, which came out just after it.
Not long after.
But this is the original Xbox version.
Not long enough after to improve it to make it playable.
Oh god. You wait until I show you where the game actually ends. There's barely any content after it.
Is
Like-
it supposed to have content after it?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a full extra mission, and there is. There's a full extra storyline. It's just that it's very short.
Hmm.
One of the main things they added is you can buy houses, which is
Cool.
actually kind of cool. Yeah, it changes the dynamic.
I
of
actually
the
meant that
game.
to sound much more sarcastic. That
It
sounds
just
really
didn't
dumb.
come out like that, eh?
Yeah. There was like a Skyrim buy a house thing, and I was like, my goodness, you mean I could keep stuff where I never go? That's exciting.
In Elder Scrolls 4, I bought a house in this little town called Braville because it was the cheapest house I could find. And what I realized is even though there's a limit on how much you can carry, there's no limit on how much you can pump into a chest
Right.
or into a cupboard.
So you just fill it.
So at one point, I remember having so many swords and armor stored that I was like, oh, I'll go and sell it. It took me, I think, about 12 or 13 trips, and then I gave up.
Look at all my armor.
Yeah.
I can't even sell it fast enough.
Yeah, I was taking it out of the drawers, and I was laying it out on the floor in its full sets. So, like, there's the glass armor and weapons, and there's the Daedric
I remember you
stuff.
doing that. I also remember this nightmare of this woman that I'm looking at.
God.
That is horrendous.
I knew you'd bring me chocolates.
She looks like you painted her face onto a doll.
Wait,
A wooden
there's
doll.
something wrong.
I like that
Oh,
she-
right. She's a... What is she? A psychic? That guy's face. Oh, no.
Oh.
What's really happening? They're here. You've got to hide.
Man, this...
Why hasn't she got to hide?
Oh,
What's
she-
wrong with your
she's
face
already got-
and your hair? Who cut your hair like that?
Dude, I hid behind this fence?
Yeah,
These are really dumb bandits.
they are. I mean, you play against them. You see how dumb they
Yeah,
are later on.
they're pretty dumb throughout. Yeah. Village burn. Boy, not happy.
You got to know there's a problem when your fucking cutout animations are running at a better frame rate in your game.
That's a very good point. The cutout animations are actually the best part, like visually the best part of this game.
I know it seems really nitpicky to like bring it up all the time, but it's the way the game is being presented to you the whole time. So of course it's important to me.
The frame rate.
Yeah. Not a lot of people though. Look, that cutscene is in like almost 60.
I think that it just matters to you more because you've been exposed to it and been paying attention to it longer. But
No,
I think everybody would be just as affected. I think people would be getting headaches and shit and just not knowing why.
yeah, well, my buddy and I, Jake, we were just playing.
Stronger stomach than that.
What?
I know. This is why we don't watch these.
No, that's why we should watch them from now on.
Oh,
Jake and I
man.
were playing Battlefield 5, and he was just like, I hadn't played it, and he's like, my eyes hurt. He's like, I don't know how long I can play this. My eyes are gonna hurt. And I was like, oh, okay. So I get on there, and I'm like, oh shit, my eyes hurt.
Immediately. Eh?
Almost immediately, yeah. But hey, it's the PS4. It's not a very powerful system,
Oh my
said
god.
everyone who doesn't know how to make a game that runs on it.
I don't know if that's a great excuse anymore with modern
it's
platforms.
never been a good excuse.
Wait.
It's never okay.
For frame rate, you're right. Because you look at Super Smash Bros. Melee,
Right.
that game runs perfect.
Oh, it's still played in tournaments to this day
So StarCraft.
for a
but
reason. Yeah, but so is Counter-Strike for a reason. Because
True.
they all run really well.
if
they're
you
all
want to
very
stand the
consistent.
test of time, you can't just be pretty.
Mm.
Because beauty changes over time, especially in the digital realm.
It's also subjective.
I like how long the characters wait before speaking. There's very bad timing in this game.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, they're
Huh.
trying to create an environment. When this game was first announced, Peter Molyneux claimed that you could plant a seed and come back later in the game and it would be a tree.
That's so bullshit.
Yeah, it never happened.
Why? Like, I don't know why you would say something like that when there's plenty of other things in this game.
Because, like most crazy creators, he wanted to say he could do something crazy, and so he did.
I suppose. He got ahead of himself.
Oh, dude, why did you skip those reading segments? That's the best way to teach a player.
Yeah, well, if the game didn't stop, I'd be all confused about what I should do. Right?
The Guild Woods. You guys worked really hard on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? It looks like a
If
guy.
you go in the other entrance, it's the James Woods.
Looks like. It looks like a guy with like a big arm, hooking I don't know,
He's reaching up inside like a cookie jar or
big
something,
egg.
trying
a giant egg.
to a big old egg.
You-
Oh, man. It actually wouldn't even let me attack them with the stick. I find that very unusual.
Yeah, because you have to use your stick.
He did tell me. He warned you.
What are these?
Beetles. Beatles.
Beetles?
Yeah.
Why are they alive? They're next to the woods where people practice killing beetles. How'd they get there?
These are the beetles. They are exceptionally stupid as they grow next to where they are slain.
These beetles, not spelled beetles like the good beetles, bad beetles really. Be.
The beetles.
Let the beetles be.
I can't. They told me to hit them with a stick. Whack, whack, whack.
Whack, whack, whack. Use your stick.
Use your stick. What?
Have we heard him say what that yet?
No.
Did I miss that?
No, it'll be much later on. Do you wish to leave your childhood behind? Yes.
This is supposed to be a big moment because you're supposed to spend a lot of time watching all this nonsense and like being part of the universe and talking to people.
And usually when you first play the game, you're like, how the hell do I attack? How do I lock onto a target? How does experience work?
Oh, lazy buns.
You know,
Get your lazy butt. You're so lazy you won't even fully animate your own face.
Whisper, I've never liked you, and I never will like you. And I don't want to hit you because you're going to get fucking pissed at me.
Does
But
she go the opposite of what you do? Or does she always have a set path?
She always has a set path of just being annoying and useless. She's just always there. You always have to fight her. It's just like, and now you shall fight Whisper, who is clearly not your equal. And then you defeat her, and then she waits a little while. She's your rival from Pokemon, pretty much. She just doesn't choose the opposite that you do.
What's frustrating is that most games that don't run at 60 FPS are not capped at their average frame rate. So every so often you get this nice little like
Yeah, like that
smooth
was
60.
that was 40 right there at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. Actually, you know what? 50 feels pretty all right. You know, if you have to aim for 50, it's not the worst thing. But man, does 30 ever feel bad when it's inconsistent? And this is like a janky camera.
Oh yeah, and it follows you like that.
Can you change the camera options? Because I'm pretty sure you can.
Let's see what we can do.
As a buddy was just telling me that he played the whole game without turning off an option.
Oops.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, there's not a tremendous amount of options in this
That's
one.
also bugs me the shit out of me, man. Is that console games
Ooh.
just never have any options.
There, that works. I like that. No more tool tips, but we'll still get the Guildmaster's help.
Oh,
Bitch. Oh,
does
that
mean
was.
there's no
I was supposed to defend.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
No Tim tips. No home improvement tips.
Bitch.
Yeah, I just don't like her at all. Yes, I can.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
actually an
yeah.
infinite block. I'm not as good as Kratos, but I'm pretty good.
It's I would say on par with Kratos. There's really no difference.
Kratos can block from behind. I don't think I can block from behind in this game. Like if I block this way, if I block like this, yeah, as Kratos, they still can't do damage to you. But I'm pretty sure she can. You know.
God, they really didn't think much of the player back then.
Yeah. This is funny. Wow. I know I'm an apprentice, but come on.
That was a really interesting decision on writing her line to say that you can't stop her every time,
Yeah.
which is in fact not the truth.
Yeah, well, she even said, how did that get through when she blocked an attack? So they really weren't thinking about it. They just threw some lines at her.
That's all wrong, Whisper.
Yeah, you need to practice not getting hit with a sword. This is rudimentary.
As your older brother, who for some reason stands around telling you what to do, instead of being an adventurer.
Her older brother.
That's her older brother.
The Guildmaster?
That wasn't the Guildmaster.
Oh, you mean the other dude?
She has an older brother.
She does?
Yeah, that was him talking, was it not?
No, that's the Guildmaster.
I
Wait.
swear she has an older brother.
She might.
And he's like angry.
I don't know if I remember that. I don't think you...
Let's continue our
Unless it was that big, huge guy that came up partway through.
Hmm.
Thanks for the longbow.
You!
You've got a bow. All right. Let's do this. Let's shoot some people. I just love the dexterity of this. Wow.
Oh, the way you move back and forth. How are you gonna play the game?
What's that?
How are you gonna play?
Oh, melee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does not make sense to do anything else.
In Fable 2, magic is really, really overpowered.
Even in that one, I find melee is the best way to go. Melee with a little bit of guns.
Really?
Yeah, just because you're never running out of will. And I haven't played that one nearly as much, but yeah, I still personally, it's my favorite way. Wait.
What are you supposed to be doing here? Oh. Oh, this looks really janky.
Uh-huh. And they give me a full minute, and all I have to get is 10 points.
Yeah.
I think...
Wow.
Yeah, this is one where they really didn't think much of the character either. Or, sorry, the player. Oh, that
It's
was
so
bad.
strange how they're moving back and forth at an actually even lower frame rate than the game.
Yeah, because you can see my bow all the time. Look at my arm. My arm is freaking out when I'm at full draw. You're gonna break a feet, or you're gonna break something in your elbow trying to do that.
Feet.
I was gonna say break a femur, but then I realized that is not an arm bone. Okay, does this really have to be a full minute?
Oh, really? There's no... Oh, it doesn't stop when you've completed your task?
Well, no, I gotta see if I can get 20 times my task.
That is bananas.
Yeah, so imagine being so inept that you can't hit this front one twice, no, 3 times in order to win in a minute.
That's really... I mean, this is not that early in gaming. It's not like people were having a hard time with 3 dimensions in this era.
Look at the way my jaw is sitting.
Yeah, every character in this in this world is weirdly designed.
I do like that he clearly doesn't have a lip. He just has a mustache. The mustache comes down and meets his lower lip and makes suction so that he can drink and stuff.
I mean, he could have a fake one. He uses like a white pastel and...
Well, I can't lock onto the guildmaster. I can fight anyone else, but I can't lock onto him.
I'll take you all on. Why is she red? Oh, they're all red.
Yeah, they start off as green, but then or blue, and then when you do this, like now you're in combat, so that's to indicate you're about to attack them.
Speaking of red, I just started watching season 4 of Blacklist. And it's really good.
Oh my god, I was wondering where you were going with that.
Season 4 and 5 are both on Netflix at the same time, I'm pretty sure.
They're long, right? They're like 20,
yeah.
22, 24
They're
episodes.
full-on television, 44-minute episodes, 22 episodes a season. Far too much for any normal person.
I'm still strongly of the opinion they could get rid of half those episodes and still be all right.
Absolutely.
Well, they would also do well to get rid of Liz the same way the 100 would do well to get rid of
Yeah,
Clark.
it's like the
Those
show
characters...
is about Liz, but is never interesting with Liz. Although, I will say, she's pretty badass every so often.
Well, it's the same as Clark. They're badass, but just not enough for them to be a full-fledged character.
Well, I think Clark is much worse. Clark is just annoying to just be around.
Yeah.
Just to hear her.
This is Clark from the 100, by
And
the way.
she's just like, no, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
What do you mean we have to make hard choices?
No. That I love how often that show has like gone back to the 100 concept, where it's like only 100 people can live in this place, and it's like, oh, we got past it, and now only 100 people can live in this place, and then they totally broke it, and we're like 600 people. Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Whoa.
Why?
Whoa.
Why was he? It was like he was designed for what he looks like in the actual game.
It looks like he got punched in the face a bunch of times before they did the mural of him.
The boy had many faults.
Can we not wait for the swelling to go down before we do his portrait? No. Do it as is.
You know, that's why
Training scars.
That's why photographs are very like dull from a certain era, because when you were getting painted or drawn, you had to sit still while they figured out what you looked like, and smiling is really hard to do for hours at a time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of muscular energy. That's why sometimes when you go to a comedy show, you're actually in pain. You ever had that?
Oh,
or you're
yeah,
either just having a great time with friends or whatever, but your face hurts.
Yeah, I've just had that in general from laughing. Yeah, I've had that from episodes that we've had. Where it was like actually hurt.
I don't know if I've got quite that
like
far.
those fucking Midnight Club episodes.
Oh man, okay,
the
those
ones
different.
with the bike and oh man,
And the time trials.
Yes, the time trials. Yes. Oh, and the whole thing about like you talking about like how you described chicken in like the weirdest fucking way.
Yeah, that was because we have these chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Whoa, shit. And one day I realized that I was like, man, they're thick at one end and like pointy at the other end.
Yes.
It's because
Chicken goo.
it's just a conveyor going past really fast, and then it just squirts some out, and that's where it like trails off. It's so brutal. I remember trying to drive in that race and actually not being able to see past the tears in my eyes.
Yes, I was laughing so hard in that episode.
Oh my god.
I actually cried. I think I mentioned it in the episode.
Yeah. So I guess there you go. Isn't that one of the jokes in A Million Ways to Die in the West? He says like, why haven't I ever seen a picture with someone smiling in it?
Oh yes.
And then he says, you know, I heard that one guy smiled in a picture, and everyone's like, that's crazy. Like, why would you do that?
That's a fantastic film.
It is. I didn't expect much from it. I thought it was going to be really hokey and not really my style, which doesn't make any sense considering I love Family Guy.
I just think that trailers are just bad for content. Almost always.
Bad for comedies always. I
Yeah, but-
don't know a good comedy trailer that doesn't either ruin the movie or make it seem not as good as it is.
Well, this new Predator movie looks bad, but I think it'll be good because so far the Predator movies have been great.
Did you see
There he is
Oh, the brother?
on the left. That was his older brother. Or her older brother.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Pretty sure he tries to beat you up at one point.
You're right. She does have an older brother.
He's like, "Fuck you, man. You were like mean to my whisper."
And now I'm going to yell. That's his name. Shout.
Shout.
Whisper and shout. Those are their kids.
Whisper and shout. I didn't even get the joke. I'm normally the one who's all about the stupid jokes.
It's a pun.
You
It's
beat
about
me
the
to it.
pun.
Fireball.
Oh no, you did it.
There's
You
little else. Yeah,
did it.
you've spent 18 minutes, and that's us skipping things.
Oh yeah, lots of skipping.
This game is not complicated enough to require 18 minutes to explain it.
I agree.
I love the way that Shovel Knight and other...
I was worried there. I did not blame you for trailing off. Woo!
No, I was not paying attention to the fact that it wasn't saving. I was actually just lost. I was trying to come up with another name.
Oh, okay.
I just realized that I didn't know how to just explain Dead Cells very well. But the way that Shovel Knight just like teaches you real quick and just assumes that you actually care enough to want to press the button again later on.
Figure it out. Can I just point something out that's always bothered me about this game?
Is the extreme zoom.
This time that you come to get quest cards, there's 3 quests here that you can't get because you don't have enough renown.
Right.
And then when you come back the next time, these are all gone. They're here supposedly to give you the idea that there's other heroes completing quests.
Oh.
But then there's never any missions you can't do in the future. And if you don't do a mission, no one else does it. So it just seemed like a really half-assed... All it does is piss me off.
Maybe that's what happened. Someone else did it.
You love how they built that wall in front of the guild, and then
And
they're like,
stopped.
that's close enough to the water. Fuck it, no one's going around.
Who's gonna go close to the edge?
Yeah, who would want to go that way? Can I boast for this one? No, I cannot boast for this one.
I've got a fake echo on my voice to make you feel like I'm far away.
Nice. It's exactly what it's like.
Oh, is this guy gonna lead you to the wasps?
Yeah, he's taking me to the wasps.
Is that a dangerous...
Keep back.
Is that a deadly fern?
Behind that's a silver key. I just don't care. I don't need silver keys.
Behind that's a silver key.
Behind the thorns is silver.
Picnic area. I happen to notice that there's a butt on your UI.
Oh man, that looks like a sperm.
That does look like a gross mushroom sperm.
Yep.
That got stopped.
Like a nice microscope spectrum right
Yeah.
there. Oh, I don't like that noise in my ear.
You remember Waspinator?
Yeah, we were talking about that in Destroy All Humans. Waspinator.
We were talking about that on Destroy All Humans? I
Yeah,
don't
we were
remember
talking
that.
about Beast Wars.
That's fucking hilarious.
Beast Wars.
That's how it went.
That always reminds me of that. There's that Donkey Kong song from like the original Donkey Kong game. Donkey Kong, the leader of the pack. Like that's always what I think of. I think of
don't
Beast
remember
Wars.
that.
No, a buddy of mine from university used to love that song.
Well, Beast Wars was was like a weird spin-off of Transformers, right?
Yes, of some sort. I don't really know. All I remember is that it existed and was on television.
Did that wasp just like turn into other wasps?
It shot wasps out of its asshole.
Oh. Who shoots bees? I want to shoot bees in the face of every bee.
Screw those bees. Yeah, you wanted
Isn't
me
that
to
really-
use.
I don't think I've ever used Fireball in this game. I didn't even know. That's really neat.
I will not be upgrading Fireball at all again. It's just really good at this phase to get you a little bit of that will experience.
You know, some people will be asking us to edit out the clicks from the controller, but I think it adds.
I like the clicks from the controllers. I just don't like the clicks from our gross mouths.
Oh, well, that's just life, and also editable usually.
Yeah, it's very editable. Sounds like we're gonna eat it.
We're pretty far from the microphones. This is like unusually far from a mic. It's just because this is the type of mic we have.
They're very sensitive. Much like your mother.
Wow.
Yeah, that came out of
That's
nowhere.
your mother too, so.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
I was just talking, all right?
Ba-ba-ba! Apple pie in
There we
in
go.
Breath of the Wild, the last Zelda game.
Oh, shit.
If you take an apple from the guy, he's like, "Hey, you can't just take people's apples."
In what?
Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what game can you steal stuff and they let you get away with
But then he's just like, "Nah, I'm just messing with you."
it?
and then
you know
take-
what? Go ahead.
And you take his axe, and he's like, "Hey, man, you go." Oh no, I'm just messing with you.
He just gives you whatever you want.
I mean, it's to teach you that like, there's actually I don't even know what that's to teach you. I think that's just like to give you a sense that the world has what they call multiplicity. It's like instead of having lots of things, they have few well-refined things that mix with each other really well. So like being able to throw an apple on a fire and cook it instead of having to actually like do a process.
Oh, okay.
Multiplicity.
Multiplicity.
Or being in a lightning storm and having a metal sword in your back and getting struck by lightning.
Does that actually damage you?
Yeah. Fucks you up. And then, if you get adventurous, you can leave the sword on the ground, get an enemy to stand near it, and get him lightning struck.
No way.
Yeah. And then you-
Dude, that's cool.
And then you have to use wooden weapons so that they don't get hit by lightning, but wooden weapons catch on fire, where steel don't.
Wow, so that's actually a significant layer.
Oh, dude. That's like a tiny element of that game. I fucking love that game.
Breath of the Wild. Interesting.
Cannot...
That's a Zelda game, right?
Yeah, it's the last
Okay,
one.
okay.
It's
What do you mean the last one? Like the most recent?
most recent one.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it took 5 years to make, so it's probably going to be another 5 years for the next Zelda game, which is cool. I think Call of Duty and Battlefield suffer from too frequent anitis.
I was wondering if you were gonna throw itis at the start of that.
So, like, some games do a smart decision and add to the existing. How often does WoW come out with new expansions? Is it 1 year or two?
No, every 2 years.
2 years is a lot of fucking time between expansions when that's the point of the game, is to, like, move forward.
I do always find it funny, the tug of war that goes on between people who don't want things to change and people who desperately want things to change in World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was always don't want to change, and that's because I didn't play enough. So for me, I hadn't really finished all the content from one before the next one came out. Whereas there was a lot of people that were just desperate for new stuff, different things, because they'd already finished it all.
That's how I felt with League. Okay, I left, played 6 months later, said, well, this is confusing, and I have no idea what's happening, and then came back 6 months later and said, this is even worse. There's nothing wrong with League. I'm sure it's actually a better game than it was when we played it, but
I think the same thing would happen if you took 6 months off from Siege.
it actually did happen. We took like 2 months off, and I was like, what's happening? Where is it? What is that? And the cool thing about taking that time off is we were so close to the next season that we got like twice as much content.
Oh, okay, it was
Yeah.
it's like one of those things where you don't check your you don't check where you're getting paid or whatever, and then it's all stacked up in one area. You're like, oh great.
Yes, I
great.
frequently have that issue where I don't notice the money coming
I
in.
meant in video games.
Okay. Yeah, I have had that in games.
Instead of doing one quest at a time, you do 9, and then you go back and get them all paid off at once.
Or you just play Siege every single day, 8 hours a day, and stream it like Matimio, and end up with 300,000 renown.
Jesus. That does, at least for me, it gives me some respect for professional gamers when you think about how on top of a game you have to be in order to be competitive.
Dude, Matimio makes a Siege video every fucking day. He makes a Monday through Saturday Siege video and then a Sunday mailbox video where he answers questions that people have for him.
You serious?
He does one every fucking day. The last time I checked, which I'm pretty sure was a year ago, he had 360 videos on Siege. He's been doing it for 2 years, so he probably has over 600 10-minute videos. Just of one game, which probably takes him 4 hours at least to record to get enough content each day.
Jesus.
Although he's good, so it might be less. He might be able to cut it a little closer, but I'm guessing he spends at least 4 hours a day playing.
Wow.
Plus the time it takes to edit, which, I mean, even when you find a formula, it still takes time.
Yeah, if you're doing it yourself,
Mhm.
absolutely. I know what you mean, though, about being better at a game and getting your video a lot faster.
Mm.
When I used to play League of Legends in the later days of playing it, me and my buddy had advanced so much that our communication was good, and we had this.
It's certainly refreshing to stop and do one of those games where you start with nothing and build your way up, and start with nothing and build your way up. But eventually, I always lose interest in those.
Yeah, I think that's completely fair. It does get really frustrating, especially when you've had a great game and you come out of it and you go into a shitty game.
Well, especially like in a battle royale game where things are random and you end up with like the greatest setup you've ever had in the first 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, and then you die, and then you have to hope that it happens again.
It was a little different in League where you bought them, but also the cool thing about it was that, you know, let's say I buy item X, item Y, and then item Z. If I don't get enough money like early on enough in the game, I might have to change the order in which I buy those items. That I felt was really cool. You know, this game I need to go more health because we're behind, or this game I'm going to just go pure damage because we're already way out ahead. That I thought was really cool, that you could kind of customize how your character plays.
It was also kind of cool how the game, like, it was an RPG game, but you were frequently making different decisions about RPG items, whereas in most games, you pick a path, you set on it, and then you kind of can't change. Whereas in that, you can just be like, man, Kennen sucks with this loadout. I'm gonna try something different. Whereas in a lot of RPGs, you'd be like stuck in that.
Yeah, well, that's why what I usually do, I didn't do it this time, but generally when I saved right after finishing all the bullshit in this game, I do a save game on the lowest slot and just leave it there, because eventually I'm gonna get bored of melee. I'm gonna want to do a will character.
Oh.
Or I'm gonna get bored of that. I'm gonna want to do a skill character. So...
I did a save like that on Skyrim, so I could quick start my game.
Yeah.
Until mods came out and you could quick start without trying, but...
Oh my god, I forgot about how long that wagon ride was.
It's unbelievably long.
That's really egregious. That's just as bad as Far Cry 2.
Bethesda's huge on that shit, man. That's how Fallout 4 begins. In Fallout 4, you have to customize your character, sit in your house talking to your wife, talk to a salesman to explain who you are, because you couldn't talk to Liam Neeson this time. That was too fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
And then you gotta run outside, and then you gotta run up to the vault, and then you gotta watch the explosion, get stuck in a cryo tank, get frozen, get out of the cryo tank, and then the game starts.
Dude, that was hard just listening to you tell me how it was.
Yeah, I actually added extra steps in there just to make it more egregious. It's also funny that I put in
fibber.
You have to customize your character as like a serious obligation. You don't have to. You can just move forward.
Yeah, you can go random.
I'm liking how all of these maps look like something. Like that one looks like an alien with big long tentacles.
That looks like a chicken. All right, bring it. Bring it, boys. How intimidating would that be?
Just a fireball comes out.
Oh yeah, you're running down this corridor, and suddenly the corridor is just a light.
Are those guys two-faced?
A little bit.
Can you hit them, or you have to like tug of the safety?
Yeah,
or
you have to aim at them. See how he's red?
Mm.
Yeah. Which I appreciate. Whisper is one of the only characters that does not follow that rule. If you accidentally throw a fireball at her, she'll get pissed at you, and then suddenly every time you swing your sword, you're hitting her.
That's
It's brutal.
rough.
It's brutal. I told
Look
you,
at
Whisper's
that
the
draw
worst.
distance.
Oh yeah.
You know what you can do to avoid issues with draw distance is make your game tight.
Well, you could design your corners differently so that
That's what I meant. Like,
Oh,
you just
okay.
make tight corners and shit.
yeah, it would be so easy.
Or come up with some weird reason like fog. Although fog is actually a terrible idea. Don't do fog.
Yeah,
That's mercenaries.
fog's a bad descriptor. Well, unless the fog is functional, like in League of Legends.
Yeah, actually, World of Tanks began that way. It was a serious limitation of their software, so they couldn't render in the tanks at long distances, and they realized it would actually be a really great balancing tool to make it so that you actually didn't see tanks until your tank could actually see them, not your camera, your tank.
Yeah, which is super cool. It's like an added level of realism.
Oh, it's amazing. Like there's times where you know someone's there, but because like the front like spot, the slit on the front of your tank is so narrow that you can't see them, and you're just firing blind. It's awesome.
Firing blind.
Firing blind. Wow.
Oh, she's grown up. Just
She's
as annoying.
certainly grown something.
She even told me what to hit her with? Yeah, I've done it already. I actually just killed someone with it. You hear that noise she made?
Those damage values, have they always been there?
Yes. Yeah, that's
Weird.
how the game's always
I've
gone.
never noticed that shit. Maybe it's because the last time I played this was Anniversary?
No, it should have still been the same.
Oh, I probably turned it off.
And
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good jump. That was the one thing she did right. The damage values coming off your face are off your little heart. Is how much damage you're taking.
Oh.
And then the damage coming off your fist is how much damage you're dealing.
Ah! Look at that, guys. Look at your face.
Oh, geez.
Ha!
I was looking at the other face. Look at the pin.
Are you sure about that? That reminds me of that that viral video of that dog that the guy like lip synced. And was like, "Are you sure, man?" He's like, "Yeah, man. I had a whole bunch of bacon." Oh, bacon!
I love bacon.
You threw out the bacon. Oh. Anyway, thank you for joining us.
Next time, more quests.
Yeah, sure.